awarded to student athletes and their schools. Tune in to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day every Friday night as I unveil this week's featured athlete. If you have a great performance that I need to know about, DM us at ESPN West Palm, Land Rover Palm Beach, above and beyond.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Andrew Cohen, Senior Manager in Anshin State and Local Tax Group.
In today's mobile world, residency is one of the most important areas of state taxation. The rules determine which states can tax your income and hinge on two key concepts: domicile and statutory residency. Your domicile is the state you consider your permanent home, while statutory residency can apply if you have a permanent place of abode in a state which you spent more than 183 days. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we help taxpayers avoid double taxation. If you're a taxpayer with ties in multiple states, looking to reduce your state tax exposure, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121, or visit tworld.com today.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire. With the largest inventories, expert technicians, and the best price out the door every day guaranteed, you'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-7473. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Up by 22 points with 8 minutes to go, and you find a way to lose? I cannot believe it.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man, your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. It is a Wednesday, as they say it in the South. They don't say Wednesday. They say Wednesday, May 20th. And I came up with that one all on my own. I'm actually kind of proud of that.
Quite evident.
Believeland. You get it because they say.
I'm with you. It's not Shakespeare, but I'm with you.
All right. It's close. They wouldn't have said Shakespeare was Shakespeare when Shakespeare was penning it. So just remember that. Colin Russo on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. And yes. If you did tune out in the middle of last night's what looked like a blowout victory in favor of the Cleveland Cavaliers in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, then you missed what happened right about the 8-minute mark and on in the fourth quarter. And that was a bludgeoning by the New York Knicks in the Garden. I saw some kind of post. I don't know if it was AI. I don't know if it was somebody's graphics department taking a little liberty or whatnot, but I saw a post of Jalen Brunson holding a newspaper up that said, "The miracle at the Mecca," which I don't believe actually happened because whoever made said graphic had Brunson actually on the floor of Madison Square Garden, so it never really made sense to me. But what I will say is somebody who had that game on in the background, especially by the third quarter, midway through the third quarter and entering the fourth, and was paying absolutely no attention to it until I saw Brunson knifing away at that lead. I didn't even think at one point that a miracle could culminate and the Knicks actually coming out with a win in this one. It was the great old tale of rust versus rest. What would the Knicks look like? And through 3 quarters, they looked like they were rusty. But through the last 8 minutes, it looked like the Cavs were the ones that needed some more rest coming off a back-to-back 7-game series. And the Knicks were the ones who had the last laugh. 115-104, they win in overtime. When the game went to extra minutes, it was quite clear that the Knicks would be the ones to come out on top based on the way in which the Cavaliers collapsed. And I'll say this. We're going to ask today here on Theoretically Speaking, what lesson did you learn from Cavs v. Knicks game 1? Now, the lesson I learned is not that this series is now over with, because I thought this series was over before it started. I think the Knicks are going to inevitably be the winner of this series. I just don't know how many games it's going to take. I called gentleman's sweep before this series started. We'll see if that sticks. What I did learn is that guy on the sideline, the guy on the bench, Kenny Atkinson, who gets a lot of credit and much deserved, his heart ain't in it. Kenny Atkinson's heart is clearly not in it right now due to the lack of adjustments he made down the stretch, the way in which he let his team just let the air out of the ball and die off, and the way in which he didn't really take much accountability for not halting the action with a timeout or two when he had so many in his back pocket. That, to me, looked like a man that is ready for vacation. That, to me, looked like a man who's been hanging out with James Harden too much. Colin, you also believe the Knicks were going to win this series. Was there any doubt in your mind based on what you saw the first 3.5 quarters of last night, though?
I guess the question is, do you blame people for turning it off at the 8-minute mark?
Oh, no. That was the proper decision. I think ESPN Analytics had the 99.9% win probability on the Cavs at that point. The Knicks looked like a shell of themselves. That was the worst basketball they played in months, maybe even years. They were
ugly. Rusty. There's no doubt. They were rusty. Couldn't hit a 3. Couldn't hit a shot. At one point, they were like 5 for 25 from 3.
Crazy.
So from that perspective,
you can't blame anybody for turning that game off. I pretty much, the game was off in my mind. It just was in the background.
Close. I won't lie. I was close.
Yeah.
I was 3-4 minutes away.
Yeah.
But definitely once Brunson he started stringing together the buckets. I mean, he had 11 straight on his own. Keep that in mind. It's 93-71. And just a couple of statistics to apply a little context. I'm sure you've seen this, but teams up 20+ in the final 7 minutes of a fourth quarter of a playoff game in the play-by-play era, 643-0 until last night. 643-1. Now, that is up 20+ in the last 7 minutes. And the Cavs, who are up 22 with about 7:14 to go. And then that's an unbelievable statistic just to consider that. And adding on to this, if you wanted to expand that, NBA teams were 3-747 when down by 20 or more in the fourth quarter of a playoff game over the last 30 years. So there expands it a little bit. Now 4-747.
Yeah, to add more context to that as well, which, like those statistics are alarming, and it shows you just how improbable that it was that the Knicks would come back in this spot. I had a buddy of mine. I hate when people do this. Buddy of mine text in the group chat, man, I wish I would have put some money on the Knicks to come back and win this one. I was thinking it.
Well, we had somebody in the office who put big money on the Knicks twice and
during the game.
Huge payday.
Right. Well, he was talking about like in the fourth quarter. Like, at that point, you would have been
during the fourth quarter. Yeah.
You would have been able to. So somebody did it while the comeback was coming? Or
in the office.
At what point in the fourth quarter?
And I'll tell you this, it was thousands of dollars from a teens of bet.
But did they do it in the fourth quarter?
I don't know what time, but it was probably at the peak of the odds or close to it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You either do it or you don't. But I'm not giving you any credit or valor from saying, oh, I should have. I almost did. No. You pull the trigger or you don't. So, you missed out on Bitcoin on that one. Sorry to those like myself who didn't get in on that action. What I will say, though, is this was almost like if there was going to be a team to lose in this fashion, don't you think that both of these teams are in 2026? If I had to, pick out of the 32 NBA teams, 30 NBA teams, which two would culminate in a game that ended like this? One of the teams fresh off of back-to-back 7-game series that absolutely drained them out. One of the teams with 2 undersized guards who are liabilities on defense. One of them is a historical playoff collapser. And the team on the other side, over the past couple of weeks, have turned into the 2016 Golden State Warriors in the way in which they play offense. They have maybe the best playoff closer that's left in the NBA right now.
Definitely not. I
Playoffs.
don't even think that's close.
It feels like it.
I don't even think that's close.
It's hard to say because
he
I
leads
know
the NBA in fourth quarter playoff points in the last 6 years.
So is he? Does he have the throne on that?
Clutch, not the best player, but clutch performer, no doubt.
Clutch performer Jalen Brunson feels like it feels inevitable when he has the ball in his hands and the game is on the line.
Right.
Late.
He's got heart and guts.
Yeah.
He's got something that you can't teach.
Yeah.
And that's what separates him.
And it's funny because I agree with you that he has the throne. I'm still reluctant to give it to him because I put it to you like this, though. If I gave you 2 minutes to go in a playoff game right now, right today, and you had your pick of the litter of any of these guys that you have on your team, who's the first person you're picking?
Well, obviously Wembanyama in terms of a player, but again, he's not proven enough in a clutch environment. If you need somebody to rally a run.
But I just gave you a clutch environment.
Well, fine. 4 or 5 minutes to go, rally a run, down a bit. We need somebody to string together 5 straight possessions of scoring. You trust Brunson to do that a little bit more than Wembanyama at this point.
And really more than anybody else in the NBA, singularly.
He had 11 straight points on Harden specifically. Harden gave up 24 points during that run. And during that fourth quarter. Gave up 24 points.
So here's the thing, man. That's why I say these two teams, it was a perfect storm. You have a Knicks team that can score points in bunches. You have the single most clutch player in the playoffs, proven out by statistics and even the eye test if you watch any of these things, in Jalen Brunson. And most importantly, you have a head coach on the other side in Kenny Atkinson who quite clearly is ready for vacation. Because I don't know how in the hell you can come to a place where you feel like over those last 8 minutes, you didn't make either of these two decisions. Either benching James Harden, which we've seen in years of NBA playoff past, it's proven to be a successful venture. Like, remember that Houston Rockets comeback some years ago when I think Harden and Chris Paul were benched for it? Or no, it was that what team was that? It was the Rockets. It was the game that Josh Smith went off.
That's right. What series was this?
It was a minute ago.
Clippers.
Clippers, Rockets.
Maybe I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I can't recall. The only thing I recall was remembering James Harden being the guy sitting on the bench for the Houston Rockets and having to answer the questions for how his team ended up somehow getting better while he was sidelined.
Right.
I'm not taking this moment just to kind of clown on Harden or talk about his playoff performances of the past. I mean, that's people have heard that stuff ad nauseum.
That's the
biggest issue, though.
Yeah,
it's not Harden's fault that he's the one that was at the
That's what he does.
Pinnacle of the collapse.
That's what he does.
What the hell are you doing, Kenny Atkinson? What? And people think highly of Kenny Atkinson.
Yep.
The reason the reason where people were giving the Cavs and gave the Cavs the credit for having the nod over the Detroit Pistons was because people like Atkinson over J.B. Bickerstaff.
You can make an argument that this situation, James Harden specifically, and you're right, I don't think that you could blame Harden for being a lousy defender and a lousy offensive player in the clutch. You could blame him for that, but this is what he has been his whole career. So you can't sit here saying we're super surprised that James Harden gets targeted on defense when he's the worst defender on the court in every game he ever plays in.
It is an insane thing to me that we're even giving him the benefit of the doubt for leaving Harden in there and not thinking that the guy is ready to be kicked up with his feet up in St. Lucia now.
With all that being said, you could also say that James Harden is going to be the reason, or maybe already is if the clock's already out. Is the reason that Kenny Atkinson will get fired.
Whoa!
Is Kenny Atkinson surviving this series? James Harden's horrible defense. And again, Atkinson's going to sub them out. But this public of a coaching malpractice.
That was ridiculous.
No timeouts.
That was ridiculous.
No stopping the bleeding. Not changing anything up. It just felt like the Knicks. Half court. Quick possessions for the Cavs. Harden was holding the ball too long offensively. Mitchell was a ghost story. Couldn't find him. All of that encapsulated together. I don't know if that game specifically will cost him a job. He needs to recover. But if they lose this series and don't necessarily show a lot of fight the rest of the way, he will get fired. That I don't know if
he earned it. He earned it last night. He earned it.
They go to 6, they go to 7, they win a couple games, he's fine. But if we're at a point where if they get swept and they have that loss on the front end of it, I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland moved on from him. I wouldn't.
Atkinson,
and I wouldn't blame him.
Atkinson, I think, has already moved on from this season.
I don't know about that. I don't know what got to do. I don't even know how to draw it up. I don't even know how to draw it up.
I have a reason. Do we have the sound from after Game 7? We have the sound from the locker room, Kenny Atkinson, after Game 7 when the Cavaliers improbably blew out the Detroit Pistons at Little Caesars, at Little C's. They blew them out in Game 7. It looked like the Pistons were the team that quit. It wasn't even as much so that the Cavs were excellent. The Pistons were a shell of themselves, and the Cavs escaped with a win. And I just want you guys to hear and listen closely, specifically to the verbiage from the head coach of a team that entered this year with championship expectations and entered the Game 7 on the road with at least I would assume an internal expectation to come out victorious. Take a listen to how he credits Donovan Mitchell in the locker room.
That we lost. We turned to you. Not just your on-court, but your leadership and your positivity when things were really not going great. And so whether we won or lost tonight, we never celebrate
Stop
you.
it there. What the hell do you mean? Why would he even say that? Why would that even enter his mind? And why would it also leave his mouth after a game in which, number one, they dominated them? So it's not like that game was in the balance at all, even past halftime. And number two, if you are the leader of men in the locker room in the National Basketball Association, and you've got a guy like Spider Mitchell on your team, and you got a former top-notch lottery pick like Evan Mobley, you got Jared Allen back there who needs people to pour belief into him, especially based off of the way that he lost confidence a couple of years ago in the playoffs. And I know it can be iffy, but James Harden is still a superstar who's made over $300 million in this game. Why would it even leave your mouth that there wasn't even an anticipation or an expectation or a possibility that y'all would lose that game? And why did you say it in that moment as you're about to credit Donovan Mitchell? That was weird to me.
I actually don't think I understand what you're saying.
It's an overreaction, I know, but when I don't think
the credit to Donovan Mitchell part, I don't think it's a problem.
No. I'm not saying it's a problem. It's a Freudian slip. Kenny Atkinson walked into Little Caesars Arena in Game 7, and he was ready for that season to end. He had expectations on it. He thought it was a very large possibility. I'm not sure if it was because of his personnel or his own decision-making. But he walked into Game 7, and I think he walked out of there shocked that his team came out on top. And it showed in Game 1 there as he made all kind of irresponsible choices down the stretch by leaving James Harden in, by doing this. This is what you're saying is fifth grade level trap they were sending at Jalen Brunson, a guy that has seen 18 years of excellence in basketball.
That's true.
They did, but they did it too late.
A little bit. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. And look at the traps they sent at him.
They got the switch on Harden, and that was it.
Look at the traps they sent at him late in the game.
Best of luck, James.
They left dudes wide open on the strong side multiple times.
Yeah.
For wide open threes. That's how the Shamet three came about.
Let's set a couple things aside.
No. I'm not done making my point right here.
Please, go ahead.
How else do you explain it? Why are we talking about win or lose after a Game 7? Why are we making all of these incredulous mistakes down the stretch in a game in which you should have easily walked away with a win? Why not pull out Harden? Why not use one of your 4 timeouts? Why? Okay, maybe you have the answer.
If you have an insinuation that Kenny Atkinson has no interest in coaching the Cleveland Cavaliers and is coaching his way out of his job, you are absolutely insane.
What is he doing then, Colin? You explain it.
There is absolutely no way that he is on purpose throwing games.
I didn't say he's throwing the games.
You alluded to it. It's not for money purposes.
So
Harden's not in it.
Here's the thing.
He doesn't expect him to win. He's not coaching for them to win.
That's what it means.
You just alluded the fact that they didn't make subs. They didn't call timeouts because Atkinson wanted to lose. That is throwing a game. He is not throwing a game.
Pause. Stop. I would never say the band is throwing the game. I said his heart ain't in it. His heart is clearly not in it.
Well, when you say he didn't call any timeouts, he didn't make any subs, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, because he wants to go on vacation.
Not saying he wants to go on vacation. He's ready for vacation.
What about the part where they're up 22 in the fourth quarter?
He's ready for vacation. I didn't say he wants to go on vacation.
Was he ready for the vacation at 93-71 with 8 minutes to go?
The Cavs won't allow him to. He's like, damn.
Oh, the Cavs won't allow him to. So they're winning. They were winning by 22 in MSG in spite of Kenny Atkinson.
Clearly. Nothing. What did he do in the last 8 minutes when it's winning time?
You say these things, and I got to defend him. And I'm like, he just had the worst game of his career, and I got to defend Kenny Atkinson here.
What? You're acting like I'm accusing this man of doing something.
Yeah, you are. You're accusing him of not being interested in the team winning any games.
Win or lose, we were going to do this for you, Spider. Win, lose, or draw, we would have made this shake. It is a win or go home game.
You're
7.
digging there. You're digging there.
Not digging. It struck me as weird when he said it. It struck me as weird that he's not. I am not saying the man is
weird.
throwing.
He doesn't call any timeouts. He doesn't make any substitutions. That is
why.
weird.
He's the reason why they lost last night.
I would agree. I would totally agree. He was the reason then they lost.
So
that doesn't mean he wanted them
his
to
heart
lose.
ain't in it. I didn't say he didn't want. So here's the issue. You're taking what I'm saying. You're taking what I'm saying and you're extrapolating it to something else. Your mind is going other places. All I'm saying is heart ain't in it. When your heart ain't in it, it shows in other ways. It's not you intentionally not doing certain things. His heart ain't in it right now. It clearly ain't. He can recover from this. Maybe his heart gets back into it.
Oh, maybe his heart. Okay.
Maybe refines the passion. But right
so
now,
he only
I don't
makes
feel
subs when his heart's in it.
Yeah, I think
he only
so.
calls timeouts when his heart's in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. He called the timeout at 18-1 run. What about that? Did Hart get back into it then?
Oh, my goodness. His heart ain't in it, man. What did I learn? What did I learn from last night? What did I learn from game 1 of Knicks Cavs? It ain't that the series over. I think the series was over before it started. Kenny Atkinson's heart ain't in it right now, man. And I hope he refines his passion for the game. I hope he refines his love for it. You can tell us what you learned from game 1 of the ECF as the Knicks take the 1-0 series lead on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776, 888-760-3776. Welcome to Pro Level Orthopedic Care at Baptist Health. From sports injuries to everyday aches, our expert team delivers the same advanced care trusted by the pros. So get back to the life and the activities that you love and learn more at baptisthealth.net/ortho. That's baptisthealth.net/ortho. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care welcomes you to being treated like a pro. On the other side, we'll see if our next guest's heart is in it.
Ask him how important OG Anunoby was. Best player on the Knicks, right?
But theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
What's the Anajar and Levine difference? If you're the victim of a car crash, you will always speak to a lawyer. You'll always get the highest standard of care from our dedicated legal team, and we'll always fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Don't wait. Call 1-800-747-FREE. In office, West Palm Beach.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University's championship athletic program now has 31 national championships, including the 4th straight men's lacrosse title and a red banner for the women's tennis squad. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
I just got another NBA offer from Hard Rock Bet.
A Hard Rock Bet promo at the Hard Rock Bet Party? That is so meta.
That's not meta. That's Meta World Peace. Meta. Tell them about Hard Rock Bet.
Hard Rock Bet has it all. Live odds for every NBA game, every player prop, same game parlays, you name it. It's the only place I play these days.
Okay, now that is meta.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today. baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $879 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, price and valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
The NFL schedule dropped, and it's time to settle up. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, scores to settle, all the things for the season. But now when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you could win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the whole season. Visit paypal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase necessary. See website for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
Since 2006, EDS Air Conditioning has kept Palm Beach County comfortable through every summer, every storm, and every season in between. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. From dial thermostats to today's smart home systems, EDS delivers reliable comfort you can count on. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, they've earned your trust. 20 years of keeping Palm Beach cool. Visit EDSisyes.com today.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Tonight in the NBA, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Game 2 in OKC. That is the varsity conference finals. Last night we had the JV as the Knicks topped the Cavaliers 115-104 in what was an incredibly incredulous game. I could not understand what happened down the stretch there. Something that I could understand, and I can't wait to talk with about our guide, our homie, our friend joining us, was something that happened during the NFL draft actually back in April, and I want to get to that now. There's a lot of consternation around ownership and owners making decisions in sports and meddling in basketball or football or baseball decisions. But I absolutely love what happened with the Baltimore Ravens. Take a listen to this phone call, 5th round of the NFL draft. Owner of the Baltimore Ravens, Steve Bisciotti, calling Adam Russell from Clemson University to let him know he would be the only pick in the history of the Ravens franchise that Bisciotti at least claims to have made.
Sir. My GM, this is the first call I've ever done because my GM and I negotiated something this year for the first time, and that was that I was going to get a pick that I get to pick by myself. So I started working with Dabo a little while ago, and he told me that you are the highest character player he's ever had in his program.
That right there was the beginning of a call that also turned Adam Randall, a 5th round running back out of Clemson, into a Baltimore Raven. Now joining us to talk about ownership meddling in sports and much more is a guy who needs an open.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us. As if 4 hours every morning wasn't unsportsmanlike enough.
Okay, welcome.
He's the defender of Chapel Hill Bill.
Brutal.
Udonis Haslam's #1 fan.
I do it because I want to.
And currently appealing a restraining order from Drake May.
What are we even doing here?
From the Evan Cohen Studios.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen.
Time now for your afternoon dose of EvCo Radio.
3, 2, 1. Okay.
Presented by Nobody.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, there it is. What up, Evan?
Oh, that hurts. That hurts to presented by Nobody. I mean, it's true. It's true. But I heard from a lot of people last week when I called out the entire ESPN West Palm sales and marketing team for no presenting sponsors and partners for this. And now it's still that way. At least you got Smokin' Part 2 instrumental there.
Yes.
With, I mean, it's not theirs really, but it's their sample with Rick Ross and French Montana and Max B. So I like that. At least you did that.
Yeah. Oh, when things are that was let's just call that an ownership decision that came into the franchise of ESPN West Palm that we ended up clicking through. And I will say, the presented by nobody is a hat tip to the old Inside the NBA Ernie's Nito stat of the night. And the beauty of that thing is eventually it did get presented by somebody. So it's a success story.
Yeah. By the way, I know you want to talk about the idea, and I saw there's a story on ESPN.com about like ownership involvement in sports, et cetera. But you called the Knicks Cavs the JV game. Coming off of last night, one of the great games people have ever seen, I thought that's an interesting thing to bring up today. By the way, I'm sitting here at ESPN New York, so maybe I will get some of the ESPN New York hosts over here to go at you on this. But how do you watch that game and use the terminology JV? Explain that to me.
Well, James Harden's in it, number one, and it's the playoffs, and it's past the second round. Secondarily, the winner of this series, it's not that the game itself was a JV game. The series is the JV series, and the winner of this series is going to be fodder. Is going to be a not even an appetizer. It's going to be what do you eat after your entree? It's what do they call it? A digestive? A digestive?
Oh, I don't know. Palate cleanser kind of thing.
Yeah, like a little grappa. If you're out in Italy, they give you grappa after your supper, or limoncello. They're going to be. What I'm saying is they're going to be a doormat for whoever comes out of the West.
Wait a minute, Theo. Are you guaranteeing right now, Theo Dorsey, that the winner of the Western Conference Finals will win the NBA championship?
Absolutely. And I believe the winner of the Western Conference Finals is going to be the San Antonio Spurs. So that's saying even more about my faith in what Victor Wembanyama is and what he will be in this series specifically, because there's no team that he wakes up for more than the Oklahoma City Thunder. Last week when we were having this conversation, we called Spurs Thunder maybe the biggest rivalry right now in team sports, at least one of magnitude, and it's going to matter over the next decade. I think this is going to be part one of a very storied rivalry, but I think that the Spurs actually get over the hump in this one because Wemby is a man possessed. I was just seeing something about his training schedule that he had when he was out, training with monks over in China. They talk about this dude marching up and down the mountain of Song or something like that, dribbling a basketball for hours upon hours at a time. The dude is not a human being.
No. Well, he was at, I think Shaolin is where he was. So now people, at least, and I'm people, Shaolin's finest is now, it's not Wu-Tang anymore. It's definitely going to be Wemby. But I want to just, so you know what's interesting?
Wu-Tang for everybody.
So you said, you
cannot be Wu-Tang anymore if it's Wu-Tang forever.
Right, true. You said Western Conference Finals champion, NBA champion. And you said you believe we are trending towards Spurs Western Conference Finals champion. What's interesting is I love Wemby. I love the Spurs roster composition. I think Mitch Johnson, their head coach, is a complete unknown that's amazing and feels Spo-ish early on in his career. It's like, who is this guy? And then you realize like a decade later, oh, he's the guy that Greg Popovich handpicked. Just like he's the guy that Pat Riley handpicked. We should have known better quicker. But I actually left that game the other night, Theo, thinking Oklahoma City is going to be fine. Because Oklahoma City played extremely poorly, and they had no shot making whatsoever, and their defense was off playing smaller guys. And I know Caruso has played against Wemby, but Jalen Williams specifically playing against Wemby, that I think they'll make the adjustments. And if you tell me this is a short series, like less than 6 games, I would actually pick Oklahoma City and not San Antonio, as odd as that sounds. I'm in the minority on this. I'm not going to say I'm going to be surprised if San Antonio wins, obviously, but I didn't leave that game the other night thinking, oh, yeah, definitely San Antonio is winning the series. Conversely, I don't know how Cleveland pulls this one off now. That was a disaster for them last night.
I know Donovan Mitchell after the game last night said that it was only one loss. It felt like 4 to me. It felt like 4 to me, and it's all about context too, because it's not just that you had the lead and you gave it away in historic fashion. It's that they told you how they were going to beat you. They went after Harden. and they really just beat his head in and ended up winning the game in that one. And it's coming on the heels of you playing back-to-back 7-game series. I'm not sure how much more tread is in the tire for them to have that same resilience and come back against a team that I already thought was better than them. That series is over with. We can get to the Thunder and Spurs part of it because I have a point about that one that I think is not getting enough credit on based on what we saw in game one. But I'm hearing from my producer here, Colin Russo, that we have some breaking news. Is this worthy of the breaking news button?
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but yeah, probably.
Hit it.
What, the Aaron Rodgers news? Is that what he's going to give us?
Breaking news on
talk about the power of showmanship, Nevin.
106.3 is brought to you by St.
Did he
Lucie
scoop
Battery
you?
and Tire. If your vehicle has issues with braking or other issues, get it fixed right now at St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Theoretically speaking, scoop. Colin, go ahead.
Evan and Shams definitely get very much along with how they handled this. But yes, it is officially announced. Rodgers said it was going to be his last year in the NFL, retirement tour, yada yada yada.
Colin, have some judgment. You do not Aaron Rodgers saying it's his last
I'm sorry,
year.
the Oklahoma City. I was riveted by what we were talking about. My fault.
Oh, no. There's never been a better talk show host than Colin Russo. Just ask him.
Yeah.
I mean,
this
guy's done radio for 1 year, and he literally wants the Marconi Award named after him. Oh, what a Colin.
First of all, Evan's scooping for a Pulitzer by breaking that story before I get to the audio. He's trying to get a Pulitzer. You know, the guy who scooped Kennedy getting shot. There was 2 guys in one car behind Kennedy when he was shot in Dallas in '63. One of them reached a phone in the car, and he got the Pulitzer while the other guy was left in the dust. That was Evan just there.
Got to reach the phone.
Yeah.
Got to reach the phone.
That's more interesting than the Rodgers, which will be a topic, I'm sure, tomorrow on Unsportsmanlike, which Colin has never listened to.
Are you gonna lead? Are you gonna lead with that? Rodgers is coming back for another year.
Well, we know he's coming back.
Did you hear what I said? He's retiring after he plays this year.
We knew he was retiring after this year, though.
Okay, let's actually have fun with this in all seriousness. But do we believe him?
Yes. I believe him. You want to know why I believe him? It's not about him. It's about the league right now. I think the league is good on Rodgers. They're getting a new crop of quarterbacks after this year as well. And what is the market for him outside of Pittsburgh, who I think after this year is probably dried up on their confidence and their patience in waiting on his decision-making. Like, I get why the Packers did it with Brett Favre and with Aaron Rodgers on the back ends of their careers, because those guys had won trophies with them and had so much historic, memories and nostalgia with those franchises. Rodgers took them to the playoffs once and didn't get a win. They don't owe it to him to leave the door open year after year after year, and I don't know who else would. So, yeah, I believe that he's done.
I'll tell you, that's a hell of a point by you. You've made good points. Can
I get a Marconi?
No, it's called a Colin Russo.
Okay, my bad.
Just ask him. But in all seriousness, that's a hell of a response, because I said, are you sure we believe him? Right? Meaning, what if he has some great year, renaissance year? Is he not going to want to come back? Your point is a great one. There are going to be 32 quarterbacks next year that teams are likely going to want before they'd want Rodgers, that even if he wants to come back situationally, he doesn't have a spot. And the whole thing with the Steelers is, I believe his return to the NFL this year is actually better for the Packers fan than it is the Steelers fan. The Packers fan ties a bow on the Rodgers-McCarthy relationship. No beef anymore. They have their ceremony at Lambeau whenever it is, which McCarthy still lives in Green Bay. They feel like, hey, you know what? We can smile thinking back at that era. We don't have to frown thinking about the way it ended. I think there's a theme of this Rodgers-McCarthy thing is great for Packers fans. For Steelers fans, what do they get out of this? Rodgers on the final year of his deal, which means, by the way, and the final year of his career, which means, do they have to have a quick hook? If he doesn't play well, if he's not that good, it's not like you're building for the future, but then you're put in a spot where we can't cut the guy because he's already said it's his final year. It actually puts a little bit of weird pressure on the Steelers now as to what to do with him.
I don't think that they're a team that do you think they're looking themselves in the mirror right now and saying, like, we're going to be here fighting in January and February? Like, is this a team that seriously thinks that they're a contender in the AFC? I can list off 8 teams right now that I have more confidence in them, right? You know?
Yeah. I think Canty said it. Canty gave a great comp the other day on our show. It's called Unsportsmanlike, Colin. It's on from 6 to 10 a.m. on ESPN West Palm. I know Colin
He's writing it down. He's writing it down.
ESPN 2, ESPNU. Who's counting?
Yeah. Okay. Canty made a great point. His rookie year, 06 Dallas, the coach that year was Bill Parcells. The quarterback that year, people may not remember this, was Drew Bledsoe. The intended quarterback for the long term was an undrafted free agent that was on the team by the name of Tony Romo. Parcells found him, loved him, thought he could be good, but wasn't ready yet. He brought in a guy he was familiar with to kind of teach the Parcells way and system, and was less concerned about the results in that year as much as he was about, hey, Tony, this is what you're going to get when you ultimately have this job. And Canty said the other day, maybe that's McCarthy saying, Aaron, one last hurrah. We'll do this together. Your job is to get Will Howard ready, who everyone seems to rave about, yet they won't start the guy. I thought it was an interesting comp.
Yeah, no, I can appreciate that, and you also have Drew Aller, the quarterback out of Penn State in that room as well. Here's the one thing, and I'm not saying he's not, but is Aaron Rodgers going to be a willing mentor, a willing teacher, a person that is going to be pouring into those quarterbacks?
Yes.
What makes you think
believe
that?
it or not, yes.
Are you just speaking confidence into it?
No, it's what do I care if Will Howard or Drew Aller become these guys? Like, I'm not invested in either of those two. It's more so because, he was good to Jordan Love. Everybody says Jordan Love, he was great to. And all, Will Howard and all these, I think he learned from Favre what not to do in some mentorship situations. Now, he's become way more Favre than he wants to admit on a lot of levels. But I think that he's definitely learned the mentorship thing a little bit better. By the way, Colin Russo just texted me. He has breaking news. Colin is reporting the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. Whoa. Seahawks have won the Super Bowl. So you got that. Colin, breaking news.
Can I add another thing?
Who won MVP?
I think I screwed up the story about the guy who broke the story of Kennedy getting shot. I've been reading into this past 5 or 6 minutes. Give me a couple more minutes. I think I got it
right.
You know what?
Hey, Colin,
do some research.
Colin, put yourself on camera for a second so the YouTube audience can see you as well.
Yeah, they want to see you. ESPN South Florida on YouTube.
Colin, I'll give you this. We talk a lot around here. Extreme ownership. You made a bad mistake, and no one would have noticed, and you brought it up. Now you're just dying for airtime and make everything about you. We know that, but at least you owned the mistake, Colin.
It's incredible.
Working on it. I might still be right. Keep that in mind. I didn't.
I take everything I said back. We did not own the mistake.
Take yourself back off.
Colin is reporting the Dodgers won the World Series in October. Colin Russo, breaking news.
Evan, in all seriousness, I didn't want to do. I'm curious your perception on the ownership making decisions thing in sports, and for a very specific reason, and it's really self-serving as well. I have my very own. You have your quarterback rules, for the NFL. Mm-hmm. I kind of structured up some owner rules. You feel me?
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, so.
I hate the term owner, but I understand it's owner of a team, governor of a team. Just whatever. Keep going. Yep.
I think in the NFL they like calling them owners. Historically,
I think you're right.
We have more breaking news from Colin.
Where's the button? Press the button.
All right, hold on. I got the button. He's my producer. I have to trust my producer in this spot.
Where is it? Oh, I got it.
Breaking news.
Where is it? You're going to trust your producer? So where is it?
Lucy Battery and Tire.
So let's go back.
Has issues with braking.
Oh my God!
Let's go back.
We're going back. That's not how breaking news. Hold on a second. Pause. Stop. That's not how breaking news works. Breaking news is not about going back. It's present. It's immediate.
All right, let's take us back. All right, the time travel car, November 22nd, 1963, famous day in American history for all the wrong reasons. Merriman Smith, who won the Pulitzer for national service reporting in 1964, was a Maine UPI reporter in Dallas. on John F. Kennedy's visit. He was in the motorcade behind the White House pool car, which had one singular radio telephone. When the shots were fired, Merriman Smith grabbed the phone, called UPI office to report the actual situation. He stayed on the phone while Jack Bell, who is the AP reporter in the car next to him, started punching him and screaming at him to hand the phone over. He would not do it, and he did not get a Pulitzer because of it.
Who didn't get the Pulitzer?
Jack Bell did not, because he didn't get the phone first, and that's why he was punching Merriman Smith, trying to get the phone so he could report it, but he couldn't because Merriman hogged it.
Oh, so after he was done reporting it. I'm trying to get this picture right.
So think about
the president is bleeding out.
The president's he's gone, but the president's in the car in front.
We have to clarify this is
They're
from
not in the car with the
1963, by the
president.
way.
They're in the
everybody.
motorcade behind, and they are in the car together. They
Colin,
see John
you
F. Kennedy shot. Go ahead, Evan.
Do you understand conceptually? You put out there the idea we have breaking news from 1963. And you did the breaking news intro from 1963.
Yeah. Well, the breaking news is that he just discovered it. He wasn't in. He
Well,
wasn't there in
I
63.
was right. I was at the wrong guy. I didn't have Merriman Smith. So Merriman Smith, by the way, I got the prize winners right here. National reporting for his, quote, outstanding coverage in the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, while Jack Bell of AP, the Associated Press, nowhere to be found. How about that?
Well, you just gave miscredit right there.
You get Wally pipped. Evan?
Can something be considered breaking news if it's breaking news to you? In other words, if you didn't know something, but it was known by others, is that breaking news?
I wouldn't announce it on the radio as
In the
breaking
context
news.
of conversation, I think this was we had something there.
It's a new development. It's a new. That's what I think we would call that in the business. It's a developing story.
But it's not a new development. It's not. He just recognized it right now. It's just a new development to us. By the way, this is going to be very interesting. The Theo Dorsey sports owners rules.
Yes.
To give, meaning the rules for those in charge. Hold on. I want to just set one other thing up. You're doing this while the person in charge of what you do for a living is clearly watching or listening, because Stephanie Prince, who's in charge of everything, just texted you and I with information about Aaron Rodgers' mentorship, which means she's either listening or watching right now. And that means, is she going to take everything you're saying as passive aggressive towards her? Let's go. I like to hear this.
I would hope so. Here they are. My rules for the owners. That's not. I don't want any music under it. That's going to gamify it. I don't want to gamify it. What I will do is go with the number system.
Number 1.
Make the decisions publicly known immediately. And what we're talking about here is the Ravens owner, Steve Bisciotti, calling his shot, getting a chance to make a draft pick on behalf of the Baltimore Ravens, and doing so by selecting Adam Randall out of Clemson. The reason why I really like that move is that the owner, who is the only unfireable, unimpeachable person in that organization, came out and called his shot publicly that was an owner's pick. And I think that makes it good. That makes it credible. That is something that you are not going to pin on somebody else, a la the Buffalo Bills, with all of the weird, wacky stuff that was going on with attribution around Keon Coleman. That's not going to happen with the Baltimore Ravens. So I like that. If you're going to snoop in and make a decision, make it known publicly when you do.
Number 2.
Collaborate with the person who's responsible to make that decision successful. If you want to go out and draft an Adam Randall out of Clemson, do your homework, do your research with his head coach, which he said he did in Dabo Swinney. Talk to potentially your offensive coordinator or head coach and make sure that's somebody that fits their system. Make sure that the person that you are imparting on them is somebody that is actually going to work out for them. And this is the most important one right here, the rules for the owners making decisions in sports.
Number 3.
Get the hell out of it afterwards. No more decisions tied to it afterwards. Disconnect yourself from the result. If I find out that Steve Bisciotti, who used the Ravens' last 5th-round pick to select a running back out of Clemson, who's a reformed receiver turned running back over the past couple of years, starts making tangential decisions to make sure that pick looks good, that's where you get yourself into some deep waters. Stay out of it afterwards. So number 1, make it clear that was you. Number 2, collaborate with whoever's in charge of making that successful. And number 3, disconnect with the results afterwards. That's the way in which an owner can have a little fun, but also keep their hands clean. And you won't end up like the Cleveland Browns.
So Are you a real estate expert, just out of curiosity?
I dabble. I have buddies.
But not
I
an
dabble.
expert. So after you bought your house, you should have no say over what goes on in your house because you already purchased it.
I should have all the say.
No, get out of the way. Get out of the way. You're not a real estate expert. Let those.
Yeah.
Don't. No. You need this. No. What I'm saying to you is, I think it is completely illogical to say that someone who purchases a business should not be allowed to have a say in the business. That seems crazy to me.
So I understand what you're saying, but there's a difference between buying a home and having decision-making over what additions or protections you're going to put in your home versus buying an NFL or NBA franchise and making personnel decisions that, number one, you're not attached to on a day-to-day basis. Like, these owners might buy these franchises, but they're not the ones coaching the players, developing the talent.
Of course. But then, so my
roster.
number one rule is that in that case, first of all, anyone who thinks that people buy sports franchises for the money are nuts. They're buying it for the hobby and the accomplishment, right? So if you have an owner of a team, if you have an owner of a team that is buying a team because they think that this is a profit center for them, then you're in trouble as a sports fan. Okay.
Or the Marlins.
Second part, exactly. The second part is that I think us as fans need to do a better job of realizing all decisions begin and end with ownership, whether they're making them or allowing them. For example, who is the person that gets destroyed for Luka getting traded to the Lakers? A guy by the name of Nico Harrison, who's no longer the general manager of the Mavs, just like Jason Kidd as of yesterday is no longer the coach of the Mavs. Well, guess what? Do you know how many bad ideas I have probably pitched Stephanie Prince in my life? I've known her for 20 years. I probably, the head honcho at ESPN West Palm, I have probably pitched her thousands of bad ideas. If it goes through and it's a bad idea, it's on her more than it's on me because she's the one approving. The governorship of the Mavs should get more heat than they do since I bring up heat. People have an issue as to who's in charge. Is it Nick Harrison? Is it Pat Riley? Should Pat Riley be more in charge, less in charge, et cetera, et cetera? Well, it's Mickey Harrison that has allowed for Nick Harrison to really be the one running his team, the son, more than Pat Riley at times. That's ultimately ownership. So I think you're onto something with the first one. The first one's the one I like the best. All decisions, whether they acknowledge it or not, we have to assume are approved by ownership. I think the best thing you can do in owning any business is hire someone who undoubtedly knows about how to operate whatever field they are in better than you do. Because the unique part about someone who's a sports owner is almost 100% of the time, Theo, they did not come up in sports. So they're changing careers to make the biggest purchase, arguably, of their entire life. Right? James Dolan,
are they changing careers? I was a question I'll have though. Yes. Are they changing careers or are they buying something and then putting people in charge who are in charge, that are in that career field? When Stephen Ross bought the Dolphins, he didn't turn into a football expert. He hired the experts to run the team. He's an investor of
But that's also then picking the right people to do that, right? So like when Mickey Harrison and the Harrison family had the heat and they went out there and they said, what we want to do for the next 30 years is in theory, never have to worry about the stuff we don't know about, which would be basketball evaluation and operations. Let's hire someone who knows more about this than anyone else. And let's pay to guarantee the time that we don't want to spend on this doesn't have to be spent on it. Great business operations is making sure you could pay someone to do things that saves you time to do other things.
So is that not what I'm also saying here? Because if you're meddling in football personnel decisions or basketball personnel decisions or whatever, then now you're intervening with the experts.
But you may be meddling because the people you have in charge you don't think are good enough, which goes back to the hiring process, right?
The firing then,
Yeah, well, that's easier said than done. Much easier said than done.
Yeah. Especially when you've been the one.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, especially when you've been the one meddling in their decisions, and you know that they probably are not accountable for their biggest failures, a la the Haslam's with Deshaun Watson and that trade and contract.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think that. Wait, I have breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Colin Russo is reporting the Marlins won the World Series in 03. 03, Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah.
Dontrelle Willis, Jack McKeon.
In all fairness, and we were just talking about that playoff run the other day. Just talking about that playoff run. Yes, I didn't. You said what?
That was amazing. I moved to South Florida in February of 03. We started ESPN West Palm in March of 03. First spring training I ever went to, Roger Dean, was March of 03. Jack McKeon and I think Dontrelle Willis and Miguel Cabrera got called up, or May 11th of 03. It may have been they fired Torborg. No, seriously. I think it was May 11th of 03. They fired Torborg. They brought up Dontrelle. They brought up Miguel. Dontrelle's starts were unbelievable. He was a rookie. If you think about that team, how good it was, we didn't realize it at the time. Go around the horn. You got Derek Lee at first, Luis Castillo, Alex Gonzalez, Mike Lowell, Todd Hollinsworth, Juan Pierre, Jeff Conine. The staff was amazing. Josh Beckett was, and Pudge behind the plate. Josh Beckett, Carl Pavano, AJ Burnett until he got hurt, Mark Redmond. I mean, they were unbelievable. That entire team, but we didn't realize it at the time. Looking back on it, there are all these named guys who are great players on that team, just a phenomenal team. And they go through, they had the Giants in the DS against Bonds, famous play at the plate with JT Snow and Pudge. They had the Cubs in the Bartman series in the NLCS, and then they had the Yankees in the World Series. Game 6 on the road at Yankee Stadium. I went back to New York for that game. Josh Beckett, 3 days rest, shut him down. Most unbelievable pitching performance I've ever seen in person. Marlins win the World Series in 6 games. They fired the manager in the season. They brought up 2 guys from AA, never played AAA, who became the stars of the team. Juan Encarnacion on that team. Just a tremendous, tremendous team.
Who knew that the Marlins 03 World Series run was your Kennedy assassination of 63?
You should know it's in 63.
What?
Yeah, you almost had the date.
I almost said 93. That doesn't mean that think Kennedy. It was a slip of the tongue, not a slip of the mind. But thank you, Evan. You know what? On that note, with you dropping all those nuggets on us, and with the Colin correcting me, thank you. I didn't realize
we were talking about Game 6, Evan, the famous Game 6 with the obviously the Bartman play, but it was the Alex Gonzalez could have turned 2 with 1 out with bases men on first and second. Everybody forgets about.
You know, by the way, Alex Gonzalez had 2 plays that were bad. He had an offensive and defensive play that were bad in the same inning. And do you know that they're both starting shortstops for that in that series were named Alex Gonzalez? The Marlins had an Alex Gonzalez and the Cubs had an Alex Gonzalez. Did you know that?
No. Were you doing play-by-play for the Marlins or something?
It's one of that 03 Marlins, 03-04 Heat, my favorite Heat team of all time.
Yeah.
Wade and Udonis' rookie season. Tremendous.
Is it all because it started with you, or is this not a vanity play as well? Because this is your first year in South Florida?
Well, I mean, Theo, your first year in South Florida, you're going to remember details around teams because it's your first time doing it. I mean, you had covered sports at a different level before you got there. I was like a quote-unquote professional for the first time at 22 years old. And my first year in starting a radio station from scratch with a group of people, the baseball team within an hour from the studio won the World Series. I mean, that's insane.
Maybe we'll call on them and see if they can sponsor this Evan Cohen weekly deep dive in the afternoons. That's what
Marlins?
Yeah, based. You know what? Some of them boys got some bread now. You said Melky Cabrera was on the squad. Evan.
Miggy, not Melky.
Oh, we had, okay, I'm sorry, Miguel Cabrera was on that squad. So we can check in. He got some deep pockets. Evan, appreciate your time. Appreciate the history lesson that we just got from both you and Colin. What a wonderful Wednesday it was for all of us. And we'll see. We never got a chance to talk Spurs Thunder, but again, yes, I'm going Spurs on that one, and we'll see how that pans out tonight on NBC. Thanks, Evan.
Thank you, guys. All right,
that is Evan Cohen, FCO Radio, joining us from Unsportsmanlike 6 to 10 a.m. Weekday mornings right here on ESPN 106.3. On the other side, we have the happy hour. Tina's going to come in. We'll see what historical nuggets she can drop on us. We'll see what kind of historical breaking news she can bring in. But
can
one
Tina
thing I do
loop us in on a historical situation as well? Would that be great?
Yes. No, we need to go 3 for 3 here today. We need to go 3 for 3 here today.
What's the thing that in history that you could explain to somebody like they're 5?
The Duffy Sports Grill menu.
There you go.
Maybe. And it's not history technically, but it's in the present right now. At Duffy Sports Grill, there's Burger Mania going on. So through the end of the month of May, you can enjoy the great delicacies that are the award-winning burgers at Duffy Sports Grill. There is the mac. See, this is the thing. The bacon and mac and cheese burger. It's almost like the best of all worlds. You got yourself a nice Angus patty, but you also have the mac and cheese and the Applewood smoked bacon stacked right onto that burger with an artisan bun. Like, you can't do much better than that. For the traditional folks, there is the smash burger, that Duffy smash burger with the signature sauce and the caramelized onions. Good. And of course, if you're feeling a little bit more frisky, you got the Frito pie burger with the crunchy Fritos, the crispy jalapenos, and all of the works with the chili as well. Burger Mania going on right now at your favorite Duffy Sports Grill. Just go online, duffysmvp.com, find the menu, scour it, and enjoy all of the delicacies to come. Duffy's has wall-to-wall TV, so you won't miss a minute of the action. Wall-to-wall TVs in all of their locations, so tap in right now, duffysmvp.com. At Duffy's, our game is always on. Theoretically Speaking, Tina Costanza is going to be on. That's Colin. I'm Theo. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Let's go to the Rapids, South Florida's largest water park, where every second is a splash, a scream, a laugh you didn't know you needed. Reconnect with your fun side and let go. You want thrills? Blast uphill on Mega Mayhem or brave the 6-story Big Thunder. Bring the whole crew and turn an ordinary day into the kind of memory everyone keeps talking about. Whether you're catching the wave at Big Surf or chilling in our relaxing lazy river, make this your unforgettable season at Rapids. Let's go.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit 1 checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Ford is here for those who build America. Those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay off tomorrow. Who will drive America forward for 250 years to come. If that's who you are, you value what we value. Now offering employee pricing. American value for American values. Go to Ford.com or your local Ford dealer for more information.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Jeff Bowden, Executive Principal and leader of Anshin's Tax Department.
The One Big Beautiful Bill Act creates powerful new planning opportunities for high net worth individuals and business owners. The new tax legislation permanently increases the estate and gift tax exemption to $15 million per person, restores full expensing for domestic R&D costs, updates the Opportunity Zone and qualified small business stock provisions, and includes other changes that will impact businesses and individuals. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we help clients understand the intricacies of the bill and develop a plan tailored to meet their goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner looking to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
Good people. It's Theo Dorsey. Saturday, May 30th is Baseball and Brews at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium as the Palm Beach Frozen Iguanas host the Lakeland Flying Tigers at 6 p.m. All fans 21 and up can purchase a special ticket which grants access to the 2-hour craft beer tasting event and includes a tasting mug, burger, and chips to enjoy a Frozen Iguanas baseball game. To purchase your Baseball and Brews tickets, stop by the ticket office or go to RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com.
Big flavors waiting at DQ Grill and Chill. Right now, in the DQ app, you can grab chicken tenders, fries, and a small Blizzard treat for just $9. 3 favorites, 1 solid deal. Then go cool, crunchy, and minty with the new Crunch and Cookie Cone Dip. Cookie crumble coating, sweet green crunch, classic DQ soft serve. And dive into the Mint Oreo Blizzard treat. Loaded with Oreo cookie pieces and cool mint blended into that signature DQ soft serve. DQ Grill and Chill, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake. The countdown to the biggest celebration in our nation's history is on. From events to festivals to hometown parades, July 4th, 2026 is going to be the biggest celebration our country has ever seen. Are you ready? Visit teamipcorporate.com to order your custom USA 250 merch and make sure your teams, events, and communities are ready for July 4th, 2026. Team IP. Celebrate big, celebrate bold.
Hey, it's Tina. Okay, let's be real. When you need tires or a battery, you want someone you can actually trust, right? That's why I go to St. Lucie Battery and Tire. They've been keeping South Florida moving for over 50 years, and they're still family owned. They've got all the big tire brands, plus batteries for pretty much everything. Their best price out the door guarantee means you know you're getting the best deal. So next time your car needs something, don't stress. Just go to St. Lucie Battery and Tire, slbt.com. Trust me, they've got you covered.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-7473. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. It is a Wednesday. It is May the 20th. We are fresh off of our conversation with Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. You can go back on wherever you get your podcast, Theoretically Speaking, or ESPN South Florida on YouTube and take a listen and a gander in to that conversation. It seemed like he felt personally attacked by me calling Knicks CAVS the JV series. Which I don't think is necessarily disrespectful. I think it's more so me giving reverence to what I believe to be the star of the show, which is going to be tonight's game 2, Timberwolves v. Thunder. But what I will say, good people, is I told you so. It was about a week ago or so, I feel, where I came onto these airwaves and I told y'all we are on the precipice of the greatest NBA conference finals since 2012. And so far, we have 3 overtimes. We have a 22-point comeback. We have a Harden collapse. We have a Wemby, Steph Curry-esque shot from 30 feet. We got a Castle posterization of a 2-time MVP in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We have a coaching collapse of Kenny Atkinson. All of that from just 2 games. So you heard it here first on Theoretically Speaking. Colin Russo's on the other side of the glass on the 1s and 2s.
Saying Harden collapsed is like saying that, the sky is blue.
Just saying,
the sun rose this morning.
With every great playoff, there are some common threads. With every great show of Theoretically Speaking, there's a cocktail of the day, and it comes to you by Christina Costanza, who's in the house for the happy hour. What up, Tina?
Hello there. How are you?
I forget sometimes that you professionally go by the name Christina.
Right.
And when we were at the Lou Groza flag football celebration the other day at FAU, somebody was asking me like, hey, who's the point person I need to talk to about some social stuff and this, then third marketing? I said, oh, Tina. Tina's, she's right over there. You can find her when she comes in, say what's up. And I knew he knew you.
Yeah.
Somebody with the sports commission. I knew he knew you. And he was like, who the hell's Tina? I'm like, Tina. You know Tina? Like, Tina's the, short, blonde. He said, oh, Christina. You didn't gather that Tina might be Christina, number one, and secondarily, do you introduce yourself as Tina or Christina?
I usually introduce myself as Christina.
Okay.
Unless they know me already as Tina. Then I'll say Tina.
I mean, that doesn't make sense, though.
It's kind of weird
You
for
don't
me.
introduce yourself to people that know you.
I mean, if say a friend of mine is introducing, they've already said oh, my friend Tina is coming.
Okay.
And then I meet them, I'll say, hi, I'm Tina. if I already know that they know me as Tina.
Got you. But you would never lead off with Tina.
No, I always
Why
say
is that?
Christina. I don't know.
Huh.
I love Christina. Christina with a K? I don't know.
Yeah.
I like it.
Are you offended that we say Tina here?
No.
Okay.
It was funny because before I got on the radio, everyone outside of work called me Tina. And the only people who really called me Christina was here at work. And now everyone calls me Tina.
Wow.
It's rare that I get someone that says Christina.
The making of Tina.
Should I change my email to Tina? Someone
should.
asked
Yeah, 'cause
asked me
that
that, like,
screws with me
if
every
I should do that. And I said, I don't know.
Every time I'm about to send you an email, I start T and then
Yeah.
nothing pops up and I got to go back and go K.
Mhm.
So for my preferences, yeah, change your email, please.
Okay.
Change our mood, lift our moods with the cocktail of the day here, fresh off of a miracle at the Mecca, coming into what is going to be a Minneapolis massacre of the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight, or excuse me, not Minneapolis, San Antonio now. I can't have it. I don't have anything with S. Cocktail of the day, please, Tina.
We've got the Madison Square Mule.
Nice. I like mules. I'm a big mule guy. Are we going in the traditional, what do we call the cup? Forget. The mule cup.
I don't know what that's called either, but we'll
The golden cup.
We'll
The
put this in there.
All right, you dig it up and I'm going to find the name of that cup.
We've got bourbon, fresh lime juice, ginger beer, a splash of orange juice for the Knicks, and an orange peel to garnish.
I like that. I didn't hear you because I was looking up the name of the cup. It's copper.
There's no name for it?
There's a name for it.
I feel like it's just
the copper
a mule.
mug. The
A
copper
mule.
mug.
Like, you know to put a mule in this copper mug.
There's a name for it. But what was it again? Give me the ingredients.
The Madison Square Mule
Nice.
is bourbon, fresh lime juice, ginger beer, a splash of orange juice, and an orange peel to garnish.
I like that. That's really good.
Yeah.
It's just a copper mug, by the way.
Okay. That's still lame.
I know. I thought there was a name for it. I've heard it be referred to in a certain name, and now it's just everybody saying copper mug.
Have you ever had Have you ever had a mule before, Colin?
Yeah, I think so. A couple times.
Okay.
Not many.
Okay.
It's really good.
I
It's
don't know
refreshing.
what type of cup you're talking about, but I am familiar with the drink.
Yeah, the gold, the copper cups.
Yeah, I mean,
copper. It's
He's never had a mule before.
He's never had a mule.
I've had it in Moscow.
You haven't had a proper
Okay,
mule if it didn't
then
come in the mule cup.
Where do you get a proper mule?
Any craft cocktail bar, most bars
That's
actually.
a waste of time.
That's not.
Did you get yours at the Madison, Wisconsin bar that just does all vodka and then Red Bull on the side?
That's a different bar. That's called Mondays. And if you want to get something in Madison, you get a bear fight.
Oh.
Well, I was asking if you got your mule at that bar.
The hell's a bear fight?
Bear fight is a Jaeger bomb and another drink bomb.
It's ridiculous.
For $6.
Sake bomb?
No.
Love sake bomb.
That's a waste of time also.
We went on this trip to Japan like over a decade ago or so, and that's when we learned from the people there that they don't do sake bombs in Japan. I guess we should have known that, but we ordered them at a bar and everybody hated us.
Wow. So what were you looking for a table to like hit the table to get?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. That was my first time learning what a sake bomb was. I was like early 20s. Sake bomb. That's what you say?
Sake.
Sake bomb.
Sake bomb, I think.
Sake bomb.
I
It's
kind of like
sake
your
bomb.
sake.
Sake bomb. Whatever it is, all I know is I learned what it was. The Americans that I was with tricked me into being the one to order it because I think some of them knew that, they don't do that over there. And then I was the one that got, the scowl from the bartender.
Wow. How about that?
Apparently don't go to Japan and order a sake bomb. That's an American thing.
I could have guessed that, weirdly enough.
I didn't know what a sake bomb was. They told me it was a Japanese thing. I'm like, okay, great. They're going to love me. And then and it was very frowned upon. But we still did it. Tina. SLBT. Am I right?
No, he's not right. Wow. Theo's day today.
We did so many breaking news updates with SLBT.
Yeah, they've had a good day today.
Yeah,
But you know
they've had a
who
great
also is going to be in here a little later is Mr. Chris Swager of Kaiser University.
Wow, that's man, just made my day.
Theo's favorite guy.
Me and Chris Swager just need to go on a fellas trip together. We and him are like, we have a bromance, me and Chris Swager.
Maybe you two can take sake bombs.
Sake bombs, that'll clear it all up for me and Swager.
Yes. And congrats to the Kaiser Seahawks women's tennis team for winning their first NAIA title since 2003 and the men's lacrosse team claiming their fourth straight championship. Kaiser University, your home for 31 31 national championships. Kaiser football, the schedule is out. Mark your calendars. Get out to a game this fall. For everything going on with the athletics at Kaiser University, go to kuseahawks.com. I haven't seen Chris Waller in a little bit.
I just saw him at the top 63.
I know that was like almost a month ago. Isn't that crazy?
I guess that is a little minute ago. That is wild. I will say I have been off the rocker, off my step today. I got up way too early. I pulled a Christina Costanza today. I Costanza'd today. 6 a.m. alarm clock this morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was leaving the gym at that time.
That's crazy.
For
So
fun?
I guess I didn't. No, I had a speaking engagement at Roosevelt Middle School. Shout out to the Velt.
Would you greet the kids getting off the bus? 6 a.m. 6 a.m. What are you doing at 6 a.m.?
He said that's when his alarm went off.
They call themselves the Velt over
Were you
there at
there
Roosevelt
for
Middle
opening
School.
period? What is
in Albany, in West Palm Beach here. No, I wasn't there for opening period. They had a athletics banquet that started at 8 a.m.
Oh my God.
And I had to get there. I had to get there by 8,
Where is
so I
that?
got up at 6. It's in this West Palm, 15 minutes from where I'm at.
Yeah, tomato. All right.
Right there, right by the Urban League of Palm Beach County. No, it's right. So I got up at 6 a.m. because I like to do a morning read, a little routine, and all those things before I get out on and about my day. So 6 a.m. is just a little early. So my body clock right now is off. Right now I'm supposed to be kicked up watching the Thunder.
Yeah, you're gonna feel it
dropped by
tonight.
the
You're gonna
Spurs.
feel it tonight. That's where you're
I'm
gonna
gonna fall asleep at halftime.
I said that to Theo.
Well, it'll be 121-101, so you won't have nothing to worry about.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Spurs should walk away with this one pretty handily.
I was telling Theo
We see the line.
he will understand why I get tired and go to bed around 9:30 p.m. because I wake up at 4:30 every day, and you get tired early. And so he's going to be wanting to go to bed. And
No, it's my afternoon crash has been hitting. I almost said that John F. Kennedy's the big
It was 93.
Bang Bang was 93.
Yeah, it's 2016, right? Yeah. That would have been a bad mishap. You can't mix that up.
I don't think I would have confused anybody. I don't think anybody would have been like
that is true. That is true.
like it's one of those things that's almost harmless because everybody was just
You
like,
don't
oh,
need
he's
to
just
know
an
the
idiot.
date, and you don't need to know the date, but roughly you need to know the year. You need to have an idea of the year.
63.
Yeah.
63
You need to have an
Kennedy.
idea of the year. Not everybody knows November 22nd, but
You said what?
November-
63 was one
November
of the most
22nd.
60. If you think about 1963 and the historical precedent of that year alone, there was like 5 or 6 major events in 63. It feels like that year over and over because 1863 was big too. I wonder what's going to happen in 2063.
What's big in 1863? Civil War?
I believe 1863 was the Emancipation Proclamation.
Was it really? I'm going to double check that. It was. Theo. Excellent. Excellent job. That's a big one. Wow.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think the black guy might know when the Emancipation Proclamation was read. It's not that incredible.
I didn't know that. I'm surprised. That's
January 1st.
That's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, yeah, congrats. I appreciate it. That is, yeah.
Oh, not like that, but
No,
like
I'm saying it's a historical. Yeah, no, I do appreciate it. As a brother, that's a big day. Yeah, but no, 1963 there were a bunch of things as well. But we don't have to get back into the historical context of things because Tina has a historical fact for us. This is the day that for some reason on Wednesdays, maybe this is going to be our thing. You know what did they do on Wednesdays in Mean Girls? They wore
on Wednesdays
pink.
we wear pink.
They wore pink. On Wednesdays, on Theoretically Speaking, we give random historical facts.
I love that.
Tina,
Well-
what's yours today?
Well, I was listening in the office and heard you guys talking about
is he reading
the historical facts.
Before you give this, hold on a second. Colin, are you reading the Emancipation Proclamation?
I'm not reading it,
Okay.
but I'm reading about it.
Can you listen to the show? That's what you need to be doing. You need to not be reading the Emancipation Proclamation. You need to be listening to the show that you're producing.
He's acting like it's Abraham Lincoln, like preparing to deliver it. No,
I got
sir.
Theo took a look back.
No, you don't need to read. You're studying up on it. Okay, Tino, your historical fact on a Wednesday.
On May 20th, 1873, Levi Strauss and Taylor Jacob Davis received the U.S. patent for riveted denim work pants, the birth of blue jeans.
Wow.
The birth of blue jeans.
Is that where Levi's comes from?
Wow.
Yes, was from May 20th, 1873.
So Levi's literally created blue jeans. I didn't realize that.
The birth of blue jeans. I was so happy. I
Wait,
literally
what
looked up
year?
1873.
Sheesh.
Right?
Who had blue jeans, bro. Are they American? Sounds like it's just Strauss. Is that German?
The U.S.
That is
patent.
not American.
Levi Strauss and Taylor
Strauss?
Jacob Davis.
That's definitely
Strauss.
German. That's a good
German? Is it? Can we look up the origin of those guys?
Yep.
Colin.
Jacob Davis from Reno, Nevada.
What about Strauss? Because I don't know. I want to say blue jeans is American, though, you know?
When all I did was ChatGPT'd random historical fact from May 20th. When this popped up, you saw me. I ran
Yeah,
into
you
the
did.
studio.
You were
I was so
excited.
excited. I'm like, this is a great fact for today. The birth of blue jeans. I love blue jeans.
I was against jeans until like the 7th grade. I would never wear jeans. I hated jeans.
My dad doesn't wear jeans.
Very restrictive jeans. You know?
Is that a guy thing? Like, y'all don't like wearing jeans.
I think it is. I eventually got over it because it just, you know, fashionably it's hard to put a lot of outfits together without jeans. But like I used to refuse to wear jeans until about 6th grade, 6th or 7th grade. I used to wear like
I do have breaking news.
More?
Uh-oh.
No. It's about Levi Strauss.
Oh.
It's from Butenheim, Germany.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. So So do we get credit for that one? Because the other person is American. Who gets credit for blue jeans? Americans or the Germans?
It says received the U.S. patent.
U.S. patent. That's us.
Yeah.
God bless America.
They're made initially in the 1870s for work pants for miners,
Mhm.
as in like the gold mine, the gold rush.
Okay.
After a miner's wife complained, they added copper rivets to the stress points of the pants to reinforce them because the pocket corners of the button fly were not staying sturdy. How about that?
It said a fashion staple started as rugged workwear.
He needed a partner to secure the patent and market them widely. So this is really Jacob Davis is the guy, is
love
the
my
Steve
facts.
is the Steve Wozniak, but our pal Levi Strauss is the Steve Jobs. How about that?
Wow.
Was that a good one, Colin?
That was a good one.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad.
Colin didn't seem too excited when I like passed him in the hallway. I was like, I have a really good fact. He's
Yeah.
like, okay.
He's
And I was
always
like,
he always doubts you.
I know.
in his
I
spots.
was like, can you be a little more excited? And so
It's hard.
This is a good one.
You gotta remember, though, Tina, it's hard to excite Colin about things that don't come out of his mouth. Like that's like he's predetermined. Like the things that he's saying is going to not even in a bad way because you look. That's the reason why he was researching things while we were talking because he's ready to deliver some more good stuff. It's not a bad thing. It's just as part of the Colin sphere.
That was a heck of a shout about 1863. It was a heck of a shout. What was Gettysburg? Was that 64?
We're just going back and forth now.
do we start Wednesdays like
Gettysburg was 63 as well. That's another big shout.
Gettysburg
Wow.
Address, yeah. That's what I'm saying. A lot happened though. A lot happened in 63. But it makes sense though for because wouldn't that have led into your Emancipation Proclamation, the Battle of Gettysburg?
Well,
Wouldn't that have
Gettysburg
made-
was a crucial battle. It was the first time that the South actually went on the offensive.
Yeah.
When all the Southern the Army, they were thinking that we were defending our land, right? That's the whole reason why the South bared arms is because they were trying to defend
Their
the
right to-
secession of the South. They weren't trying to invade. They were trying to protect.
They wanted,
Whereas
they,
the Union
they wanted
was-
to defend their right for slavery.
and the Union was trying to get them back involved, but they were also trying to abolish slavery in the same right. So Gettysburg, Robert E. Lee got a little too cute, and they went on the offensive for the first time. So you lost a little bit of the morale,
Manpower?
of
Yeah.
the Southern soldier.
Yeah. Because weren't they demoralized in that battle?
Well, it's just the biggest battle in the war, number one. But
lot
number
of
two,
bloodshed.
it was a big turning point because the South was, quote, playing well. And that's when the North turned things around.
Turning point. The turning point of that one, similar to last night, with about 7 minutes and 20 seconds left when the Knicks had the 22-point lead. Excuse me. Who had the 22-point lead? The Cavaliers. And the Knicks were the ones to come back and turn things on its head. I do think that we're going to talk about more of this as the show goes on. I do think that puts a bow on the Eastern Conference Finals. It clearly you don't win a series in one game, but it felt like you could lose it in one game, and that's what the Cavaliers did last night. But I'm leaving the door open for the Thunder to make things interesting, though I'm still sticking with my Spurs pick to get out of the West here as the NBA continues to round up. We're going to discuss all of those things and more, plus a little midday midterms here on Theoretically Speaking. We're having a ball. I promise you this. No more random historical notes.
There's
No
nothing
more-
wrong with history. I think people get the wrong bad rap about history. I agree. It's
History
completely
doesn't get a
irrelevant
bad
to what
rap.
we're doing today, but it is fascinating.
History doesn't get a bad rap. History is important. In fact, we should continue to tell. Which one did you say? I didn't.
Which one are you talking about?
You whispered something. Do it again. What you just said to me.
I didn't say
before we were
anything.
talking. Okay.
Oh, no.
ESPN. I'm like, it's
You're talking about historical fact. I'm like,
I'm sorry.
What historical fact are you talking about?
No. History is extremely important. You have to know and preach the unbiased history, especially of the place in which that you live in, because it's helpful to contextualize what's around you today. It's also helpful to contextualize what's around our sports sphere when you have options like Xfinity and ESPN. And guess what, Xfinity fans? You got both at your fingertips if you're subscribed to Xfinity. Because with Xfinity, you're already enjoying ESPN as part of your TV lineup with the live games, the daily sports coverage, the expert analysis. And now the ESPN Unlimited plan is available at no additional cost, giving you additional access to ESPN content in the ESPN app on demand. And you have the programming readily available to you with originals to explore as well. Visit Xfinity.com/your subscriptions to activate ESPN Unlimited access. Then start watching more in the ESPN app. It's more from ESPN. It's all in one place. Xfinity.com/your subscriptions. We're theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Now, at McDonald's, wake up to a $4 breakfast meal deal. Wake up to a sausage McMuffin or a sausage biscuit, to hash browns, and wake up to a hot coffee. Get your $4 breakfast meal deal.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher for delivery.
All new drinks are now at McDonald's, with refreshers like the strawberry watermelon refresher and the mango pineapple refresher with popping boba, to crafted sodas like the Sprite Berry Blast with berry flavors and cold foam. Who knew ice cold drinks could be so fire? 6 all new drinks are here now at McDonald's.
Refreshers contain caffeine.
Now, at McDonald's, wake up to a $4 breakfast meal deal. Wake up to a sausage McMuffin or a sausage biscuit, to hash browns, and wake up to a hot coffee. Get your $4 breakfast meal deal.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher for delivery.
Hi, this is Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. We are a Florida civil trial law firm that specializes in the areas of personal injury and wrongful death. Our offices are located in Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie. Our lawyers have litigated thousands of matters at the Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River County courthouses. Our lawyers, paralegals, and other numerous members of our legal team live in Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast cities and towns such as West Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie, Lake Worth, Palm Beach Gardens, Palm City, Jupiter, and others just like you and your families. We are a statewide recognized law firm, but it is your community and your families that we live and associate with on a daily basis. Our most satisfying achievement is when we know that our legal power has helped a fellow member of our Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast community secure a fair and just huge result. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Good people. It's Theo Dorsey. Saturday, May 30th is Baseball and Brews at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium as the Palm Beach Frozen Iguanas host the Lakeland Flying Tigers at 6 p.m. All fans 21 and up can purchase a special ticket which grants access to the 2-hour craft beer tasting event and includes a tasting mug, burger, and chips to enjoy a Frozen Iguanas baseball game. To purchase your Baseball and Brews tickets, stop by the ticket office or go to RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
ESPN 1063 is your home for live sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet. Listen live for all of your Inter Miami coverage, including play-by-play, weekly shows, and all the latest on the Herons. If it's Inter Miami, it's on ESPN 1063. Listen on the ESPN South Florida app or stream it on YouTube, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts. Stay connected with Inter Miami anytime, anywhere. Presented by Hard Rock Bet, Florida's only legal sportsbook. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE today.
Everybody feeling good, make some noise.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
We back, baby, on a Wednesday. We back in the flow, back in the action. The major headlines of the day, and apparently this is breaking news. Aaron Rodgers calling it quits. This is his last season with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I guess we have to do a retirement tour. I guess we got to do some kind of mini ceremony in every city. I don't know. But I do want to have that as one of the topics on the midday midterms. We also have the Knicks' historical comeback against the Cleveland Cavaliers. It is the second biggest comeback in postseason history, second only to, I believe it was 2012. 2012 when the Clippers took over the Grizzlies. It was a 24-point deficit they had late in the fourth quarter.
Fourth
the Clippers
quarter comebacks you're talking about specifically?
Yeah. Greatest fourth quarter playoff comeback since 2012 and the second largest of all time. The Cavs were up 22 points, 93-71 with 7:50 to go. They got outscored 44-11, and all of it was at the behest of the sniper, James Harden.
Was that game a backbreaker for Cleveland?
Over with. It's absolutely over with.
I almost agree.
It's because of the context in and around the series. You have a well-rested team.
It's like there was your best shot to make it
yes. Because I would contend even if the Cavs won last night, they still were going to lose the series. After losing that game that you in all practicalities won, theoretically you were the better team then. Theoretically you should have won that game and you didn't. After losing that game, it's definitely over to me. Question is, how many games now?
It's something about being a road team and leading a lot of the game. And that's what it's like if San Antonio would have, and San Antonio didn't lead nearly as much as Cleveland did.
Yeah.
But it's like if San Antonio dropped that, you're like all of that effort, all of that, and if San Antonio were bigger underdogs too, just all of that effort just to kind of come up short and not only do that, but give the home team that much more momentum. It's backbreaking.
I really don't, and you're going to hate me for saying this again, Colin. I don't think Kenny Atkinson believes in this bunch to be able to win this series.
I think
Donovan Mitchell
and
does.
Actively autopiloting because of that is nonsense.
Where there's lack of belief,
I question his ability as a coach. I do question his ability as a coach, but I mean,
might not be as locked in right now.
I don't know about that.
He just might not be as locked in. Not intentionally. It's accidental. Yeah, Tina, have you ever like had to do something but your heart wasn't in it, so you didn't perform as well?
Yes.
Like it's hard when you're not passionate about something, when your heart is kind of out of it, when you don't have that belief internally. Sometimes you do boneheaded things like what Kenny Atkinson did last night, leaving James Harden in, allowing him to be the defensive target of the New York Knicks, play after play after play, not calling a timeout to give you guys a break after back-to-back 7-game series, not doing anything to get in the way of what was a snowball that overtook your team. It just feels like to me his heart wasn't in it. And I can relate. There's been times when my heart hasn't been in. I remember being at a game night and I got stuck with a bad spades partner. And it's not that my spades partner was bad. He was, how do you say, inadequate and inexperienced. Do y'all play spades at all?
No.
I don't.
Never play spades?
I have played spades, but I don't play.
Spades is one of those games that it is impossible, not impossible, it's very hard to win when your partner is inexperienced or just bad at the game, because it's a team game. It's 2v2, and you're dealing cards in a strategic way to win hand after hand after hand after hand. And the issue is I can do everything in my possible wheelhouse to win that game. And a bunch of boneheaded moves from my partner, like reneging or cutting me or whatever. Like for spades players, it makes a lot of sense. It gives me 0% chance to win that thing. So, there's been times I've been stuck with a bad spades partner and I've lost interest. My heart is no longer in it. And now I'm making mistakes.
You cannot compare that to being paid millions to coach the Cleveland Cavaliers.
No, yes, I can, because it is. It's very comparable, because now I'm making mistakes. Now I renege because I stopped paying attention. My heart ain't in it. It's not that I'm bad at spades. It's not that I'm throwing a game. My heart is no longer in it because I do not have the internal belief that my team can come out victorious. It is a theory. Kenny Atkinson's not a bad basketball coach. He didn't think they were going to win Game 7. He didn't have that much belief that they were going to win Game 1. And there were a lot of boneheaded things that he did down the stretch in Game 1 that aligns with my beliefs right there. I stand on that. You said who, Ernie?
Ernie in West Palm Beach on the program. Big Dick fan. What do we got, Ernie?
Ernie's in West Palm. Happy Wednesday to you, Ernie. What's happening?
Theodore, thank you for taking my call, sir. And I like to say, if the Knicks had the same attitude as Anthony Edwards, we should have gave up and, gone across and shook their hands. Because it was the same time. 7 minutes left in the game. We should have just, shook our hands and just said, given up and go to Game 2. Wasn't it the same amount of time? 22 points, 24 points.
Very much.
The same amount of time. I know that the games are different. Game 7, Game 1, but still, we didn't give up. We didn't give up. So giving up and you about that spade thing, Theo. All right, bro. I want to knock you down on your theory on that one. Guess how bad you are in spades, and I'll call you out on this because I can have the worst spade player with me, and I'll beat you.
No, you won't.
Crap what you just said.
No, you won't. Absolutely, you won't. Ernie, stop it right now. Ernie, stop it right now. How can you confidently say that? Ernie, you're speaking out of turn right now.
Ernie,
you're speaking out of turn right now.
Reel it in.
You can say what you want about my prowess around your Knicks and what's going to happen in this series, which, by the way, I think y'all are going to win it. But Ernie, how dare you disrespect my ability on the spades table by saying you could beat me with a poor spades player, especially one that is reneged time over time. And you ain't talking over the board. You ain't coaching them.
And I know Tina's never played spades in her life.
Ernie.
Tina, and you can play with somebody who's a professional, and I'll beat you.
Ernie, professional or not, Ernie. Why is it so overmodulated? Ernie, are you with me? Ernie?
Talk to me.
I love Ernie's energy. Professional or not, Ernie, it ain't no coaching across that spades table. Are you good with that? You ain't gonna tell her. You can't tell her what to do.
If you know spades, okay, listen, Theo, I know spades too. So if you know what suits are out and you know what's out, you know what's in your hand, you can control the board. Come on, Theo. You sound like a novice.
Cut him out. Cut him out, Ernie. Get him out of here. Ernie, That is such a disingenuous thing to say. You literally just heard, you're hearing what I'm saying, but you're not responding appropriately. If you're unable to coach the person on the other side of you in a game of spades.
He said you sound like a novice. That's great.
Right. Like, which I don't even understand. How? You sound a little bit overconfident in that way, Ernie. But what I will say is that overconfidence that you have with your spades game, you need to have that in your New York Knicks at least to get out of this series. Because I think at this point it's gentleman's sweep. And then we lost the plot a lot in that conversation right there. At this point, it is gentleman's sweep. And also, any spades game that y'all are playing, if they're allowing you to talk over the table and coach your partner up, it's not a spades game I would be a part of. Once you sit down, shuffle the cards, and deal them out, it ain't no more of that crosstalk trying to tell somebody what they should do and how to play. For Kenny Atkinson, he was acting as if that was his role in last night's game. As I said, his heart wasn't in it. Pull Harden out of there at some point. At least call a timeout and talk it out with him and say, hey, buddy, how you feeling out there?
Get Strus in.
Hey, bud. Hey, James. Jim. That's 3 straight times Brunson has gone through your chest and got a floater off the top of the backboard. Maybe we either shuffle our feet a little bit more or you can scoot your feet and sit next to me on this bench.
Yeah, sit down next to Coach.
Right
and he
here.
was doing the third to last possession in OT. He's doing like behind the head passes, like trying to make a flashy play. I'm like, James, sit down next to Coach. You're wasting everybody's time.
How do you not put it into that, though? Again, I'm trying to –
I almost respect it because James Harden is 36 years old, and his whole career has been coming up short in these playoff moments. It really is a bizarre situation with him because he has forced himself out of every situation he's ever been in terms of a basketball team, right? He didn't want to be with the Rockets anymore. He didn't want to be with the Sixers anymore. The Clippers, he was unhappy. He was unhappy with the Thunder. He's unhappy with the Nets. Now he's probably going to be unhappy with the Cavs after a year or two. It's just the nature of his career.
It's too much money. I think it's too
he
much.
He makes so much money.
That's the issue.
He doesn't really care if he loses, and then he moves on with his life.
He's never going to give that up either. Like, it's so much money in basketball that he's not going to leave that. Like, you're telling me I can make $40 million again to just roll out of bed and do what? Like, I understand the play by James Harden. I don't understand the play by Kenny Atkinson by not benching him last night, though. I thought that was absolutely reprehensible, and it's the sole reason why the Cavs let that lead slip away. Can we get into the midday midterms? Right quick? We have time before the break, or we got to go to break?
We got a little time.
Let's go. Midday midterms, and I'll give you all the topics. Tina, Colin, you'll give the grades. Let's start off with retirement tours in sports. Not saying that Aaron Rodgers is definitely going to get one, but grade retirement tours, because I do think that in the NBA, LeBron James, once he does make his announcement about it being his final game, he's probably going to get one. How do you like retirement tours in sports, Tina?
I'm going to give it a D+.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I think we can do like one final moment for you. We don't need to do something every single stop of the way.
Yeah.
That's excessive.
Like Draymond told Paul Pierce, you ain't Kobe. You know, it's only so many people that that deserve that level of clout. Colin, retirement tours in sports.
I mean, realistically, how many retirement tours do we truly remember? Like,
Kobe's?
remember Kobe? LeBron's gonna have one. I mean,
did Jordan have a real farewell tour?
I mean, but everybody knew the 98 was the last dance, but then he came back for the Wizards.
Yeah.
I don't know if he announced it before the season. Brady was in and out of retirement a couple of times. You didn't necessarily have that. Brady couldn't walk away. He loved it too much.
Yeah.
That's another example. Peyton Manning, you knew was done by the end of his career, I guess.
But we didn't know for sure until he literally won the Super Bowl and they walked off.
So
Tim Duncan the same.
You don't necessarily have a lot of guys who are. Chris Paul tried, gave a good effort.
You did not have to.
He tried.
You did not have to go there.
Chris Paul thought Utah was going to give him a tribute video, and when he walks in and he got released by the Clippers.
Is this Aaron Rodgers' attempt at getting a retirement tour? We know
Do
how
retirement tours even
egotistical he
exist
is.
in the NFL?
Not really. We haven't had it because of the way in which legends usually leave. Is this his attempt at trying
the
to
game will
solicit a
eat you up
retirement
before
tour?
you want to leave. Like you rarely leave on your own terms.
Because why else would Aaron Rodgers announce this before the season? I know he did it as an answer in a press conference, but he's done his best in the history
Because
of Aaron
Rodgers wants it all to be about himself. He's big about that.
He wants a retirement tour.
Yeah.
Do you think he gets one?
No.
What does that mean?
I'm saying, do you think from city to city when he goes and plays?
No.
I think at least one team does a montage.
Does he have? Are the Packers on the Steelers schedule?
Yeah, they do play. Let's look at
they do play.
Let's look at the Steelers schedule right quick. There is a Packers-Steelers game. I think it's on prime time. Because that's going to be the McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers return.
No, they play in the preseason. I doubt they play. Yeah, they play in the preseason. So I guess you'll get a retirement tour video then.
Yeah, they should. They honestly should. With McCarthy and Rodgers being involved in that.
There you go.
Do they play the Niners this year? You have the schedule?
You think the Niners just because he's from
the
Bay Area?
Well, no, because of what he said at the draft as well.
Oh, okay.
I would do it. If you're the Niners and you don't do it if you play Aaron Rodgers this year,
no Jets.
You really dropped the ball.
No Jets.
I think at least one team does like a farewell to Aaron Rodgers type thing on the Jumbotron.
I don't know which one. I mean, I'm looking at. Let's do his road games really quick. They're at the Patriots. No. They're at the Browns. They're at the Buccaneers. They're at the Saints. They're at the Bengals, obviously. They're at the Philadelphia Eagles. They're at the Jags.
Somebody's going to do it.
I don't know.
Somebody's going to do it.
So.
Nobody's going to give a retirement. He wants a retirement tour. Somebody's got to give it to him.
You're not Brady.
Somebody's got to give it to him. Great the game Spades. I know neither one of y'all are players of the Spades.
How often are you playing Spades?
Not often enough, but at most family gatherings or usually it's a family gathering that Spades gets broken out. It's hard to do Spades. One of my buddies, Cam Wolf, last time he had his birthday celebration, he had a game night at the crib, and Spades was one of the games on the table.
Yeah, people were playing.
The issue, but the issue is we ended up nixing it because Spades is such a isolating game. If you're at a party, a kickback, any kind of
event, not a socializing game.
No, because four people are locked in at the table for like an hour at a time.
Yeah, that's why I don't love it.
It pulls you out of the party. It does. It's not a very social game. It is it is war, and it gets contentious. So just like how you saw, me and Ernie got contentious over the thought of playing Spades.
He was yelling at you.
Yeah, me and Ernie got problems. We got real problems right now. He got very disrespectful with me. So we're gonna give Spades an incomplete then.
Spades will get a C- from me.
What about you?
I'll give it a C as well.
It gets people going. That's one thing I like about it is it drives out. It brings out the competitive drive in people. Tina, it's great at 45.
A+.
Okay, there we go.
I got a strength workout in this morning, 5:15 a.m. with my vets. F45, a 45-minute workout that you don't have to think about. They have it all there for you. What exercises you're doing, the water breaks, the music, the countdown. You just walk in and you break a sweat and you gain some muscle. Nice. F45, Palm Beach Gardens. If you are doing High Rocks, any High Rocks, if it's High Rocks Tampa, High Rocks New York is in a week and 2 weeks, whatever High Rocks you're going to do, F45 Palm Beach Gardens is a High Rocks gym. They have High Rocks classes that you can attend. F45 Palm Beach Gardens. Check out their Instagram page to see the specials they have going on this summer and see why I'm so obsessed with it.
I'm always curious, like, why is High Rocks spelled like that? Is it supposed to mean like high rocks? Every time everybody talked about high rocks.
It's phonetic. That's how it sounds. High, H-Y. Rocks.
But I always thought it was like high
Well, it's
rocks.
high. The high comes from the hybrid. It's hybrid training.
Hybrid. See, that's what I was wondering.
And rocks, God knows.
It's Rockstar. I
Really?
think. Yeah, that's what it means, hybrid Rockstar.
Such a performative.
That is.
So
I hope it's not Rockstar.
No,
yeah, I hope
think
it's
it
not
is.
too. For that sake, I agree with Theo.
That is.
I'm 1,000% on the same page.
No,
That's so performative.
I'm really big on names right now because obviously I'm in the wheelhouse now, studying up, trying to see what we're gonna name the young lad.
It's high.
Name him High Rocks.
It's hybrid and
High Rocks
Rockstar.
Wembenyama Dorsey.
yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. We're theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Being a homeowner like me means knowing who to call. For power, you called an electrician. Pipes, a plumber. And for better water, you call Culligan. They've been improving water for 90 years with local experts handling everything from water softening to filtration using the world's most efficient systems. Culligan, the one partner you can trust for everything your water touches. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com, serving all of South Florida.
Hey, Culligan man!
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $879 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
ESPN 1063 is your home for live sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet, the home of Inter Miami, the Florida Panthers, and the Miami Heat, with all of the biggest live events in sports. If it's happening in sports, it's happening right here on ESPN 1063. South Florida's home for sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus, physically present in Florida wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or somebody know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Are you a business owner or handle your company's marketing? Banyan Printing and Signs partners with over 1,000 local businesses in Palm Beach County. Their full-service solution saves you time and money by eliminating multiple vendors. From business cards and brochures to direct mail services and signage, they do it all. Fast turnaround, free local delivery, and superior customer service are what sets Banyan apart. Could a market leader with 48 years improve your current model? Visit banyanonline.com or call 561-586-6220.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Have you ever wished buying a car felt more like buying from a friend? You know, someone you actually like and trust? Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach is a better way to do it because it's all about how you're treated. Imagine this. You make a quick call, say what you're looking for, and before you even arrive, there's a car waiting for you. You can even get a text with photos ahead of time so you know what to expect. No guesswork, no pressure, just a simple experience. And right now, for the next 10 days, get invoice pricing on every car in the showroom. No games, no surprises, no hidden fees. Just real, transparent pricing. More comfortable with a female sales pro? Need a Spanish-speaking team member? They've got you covered. Call Lonnie Mister at 561-433-1511. That's 561-433-1511. Or stop by Greenway Kia West Palm Beach, 735 South Military Trail. Greenway Kia West Palm Beach, where car buying finally feels like it should.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Don't you allow yourself to continue to suffer, to continue to endure pain, to continue to have these ailments
just litter up your day. No. Go to Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, baptisthealth.net/ortho, and welcome yourself to being treated like a pro. I know they like to say welcome to being treated like a pro. Welcome yourself to it by going online. Welcome to pro-level orthopedic care at Baptist Health. If an injury is keeping you from what you love, our expert team is here to get you right back in the game. It's trusted by the pros, and it's ready for you because everyone deserves pro-level care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to being treated like a pro. I'm still a little incensed about what happened here earlier on Theoretically Speaking with our good friend Ernie. I'm still incensed, and darn it, I would hope the next time. When are we doing another ESPN West Palm event? Anytime soon?
We have a ton of World Cup events coming up.
We need to organize somewhat of a just not a big tournament, but a spades off.
Okay.
But it's got to be where I'm there, you got to be there, Tina. Ernie's got to pull up, and then I would need a partner for myself as well.
You get a bad partner though? Can you get Colin?
He's the big professional guy that says he can win despite. Yeah, Colin. How many times you play spades?
Not worthy enough to be like an adequate partner.
Okay.
I would want somebody that maybe. I mean, give me a couple practice rounds, maybe to have a conversation. But it's been a while.
I would want somebody that at least knows the ins and outs of the game and the basic strategies. I would want somebody that can that's not going to renege multiple times in the first 3 or 4 hands. Is all. But I just got under my skin. Start off the people get under my skin. Ernie trying to come at my spades prowess got under my skin. So now we got to see. Whenever we have maybe 7-on-7.
You want? Okay, we'll set up a table.
You want Ernie to set up a table in 200-degree heat?
Yeah.
Damn right. Well, he said he liked that.
I won't be able to participate. I'll be
No. You'll take 30 minutes. It'll be quick. Trust me. How many times have you played spades before?
0.
It'll be quick. We'll go to $150 or something. No, that was great. Tonight we got Spurs Thunder. Tonight we have one of the games, one of the defining series of what the modern NBA is going to look like. This is going to help shape what the next decade in and around the league looks like. We have Wemby v. Shea. We have the Spurs versus the budding dynasty of the Oklahoma City Thunder. I want to get our predictions here before we go off the air.
Yeah, are you predicting a good game?
Yeah, it's going to be a good game for sure.
Competitive both ways?
Competitive.
Both teams will have a lead in the fourth quarter?
You know what? No.
Right.
The Spurs will pull away in the fourth.
Here we go.
Yeah. Spurs will pull away in the fourth. I don't have this same undying faith around the Thunder. I think there's a lot of contingencies that will help them. Is De'Aaron Fox back?
I'll check. Good question.
Is De'Aaron Fox back? That'll De'Aaron Fox, is he playing game 2? A lot of questions, not a lot of answers.
President shoot around. There's your answer for partly. He was president shoot around.
So he's probably got a Q tag next to him. Especially if D Fox is back, man. I just feel comfortable with what this Spurs team is. I maybe I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, but give me the Spurs tonight. Give me the Spurs not only winning tonight, but it'll be close game. By the time fourth quarter rolls around, I don't think they relinquish that lead. Yeah. That's how strong I feel. You got a blowout for the Thunder?
I think the Thunder are going to win handily. I don't know what the handily looks like. I just think it's a monumentally important game for OKC, and obviously the Spurs would love to win. Maybe they do show you a little guts and they play competitively. They don't want to back down, but I think they did what they were supposed to do in stealing one of the two.
I don't think they're satisfied, man. I don't think they're satisfied.
I would agree with that, but I just think the importance and urgency really bleeds through in these spots, and the urgency, you just can't manufacture that if you're OKC or if you're the Spurs nearly as much as OKC.
The dude was training with monks. He can manufacture a lot. All of that meditation and whatnot. I will say, to your credit, the Thunder 7.5-point favorites tonight. Who you rocking with, Tina?
Wemby.
Wembenyama. That's right. Tina's on the right side of history here. Russo and Rizzo is next. Speaking of history, they'll give you some facts. Go in love, go in peace, go in joy.